Yo, SmokaCola here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Portal 2 for the PC. Now let's talk about the performance. From the start I had no problems playing this game and ran very smooth, fully maxed out, even on my laptop. Co-op was also extremely smooth and even worked well playing with friends in the UK. The only gripe I have about the performance was the options. It's not a huge deal breaker and it is quite informative, but it's not really useful for somebody that's been playing games for a long time. The first time you set up your graphical settings, it tells you what each one does, and it's quite annoying to set it up and start playing instantly. Not a deal breaker here, just found it quite odd. This is pretty much the only game I've played to do this. I did not notice any graphical glitches while playing both the single player and co-op game either. Honestly, you're just getting another top quality Valve game here as far as the performance goes. I don't even know where to start for the gameplay on this one. I can wholeheartedly say that the first Portal felt like a complete beta playground for this game. The improved graphics, the smoother controls, and the characters given more life added so much to the game. The addition of co-op went a lot smoother than I thought it would have been as well, and it wasn't as nearly as annoying as I thought it was going to be. In fact, it made for much more interesting puzzles as it requires you to actually work together the whole way through. Although the game has the same basic principle as the first, left right click to add portals and the use of momentum to complete your objective, the added challenges comes into play with the lasers and the specialized gels. There was a downside to this though. The game wasn't nearly as long as I wanted it to be. It definitely has a lot more content than the first and it is well worth the money, but it brought in new features too late into the game. Even in co-op mode you really didn't start getting into the new content until the third chamber, which left more maps to be desired. There is DLC coming soon for the game, which will be free for all systems, but no further information was given if it would provide more co-op levels or an extension to the storyline. I really can't complain though. I did enjoy the new features of the game, and I mean, who wouldn't enjoy this? No, but really, it was a smart move on Valve's part. It made the game much more challenging as you had to find new ways to create your own path to complete the puzzles. It's hard to put the storyline of this game into words. It's a huge improvement over the first game. Gladys is back and sarcastic as ever, and the new companion Wheatley will make you laugh your ass straight off.
Look for a switch that says escape pod. Alright, don't touch anything else. Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else. Just, well, obviously you've got to look at everything else to find the escape pod. But as soon as you look at something and it doesn't say escape pod, look at something else. Look at the next thing, alright? But don't touch anything else or look at anything. Well, look at other things, but don't. You understand.
I enjoyed the game so much because it wasn't obvious. Things happened that you wouldn't expect. It also went further into the story behind GLaDOS and the Aperture Science Lab. It really is a quite impressive improvement over the original game. I felt more connected to the characters when certain events took place, and it had a positive and negative effect on my feelings towards those characters. But the real kicker here is you're not just getting one game, you're getting two. After you finish the single player, the co-op has a completely separate story on its own. While not in depth or cinematic as the single player, it does keep you intrigued. And just when you think you're finished, you get quite a surprise. I won't spoil it, but I can promise you with the combination of a great single player and co-op story, this game is more than worth the money that Valve is asking for.
Why should I be kept informed? You know, about the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of.
Overall, I enjoyed this game a lot. I have put 23 hours into the game so far, 5 of those spent dicking my friends over in co-op, and the rest herpaduring over the puzzles. I've beat the co-op twice and the single player once, and I've been wanting to go back to the single player more, but I have more games to review. The only drawbacks are with any puzzle game. Once you've solved it at least twice, you don't have anything left to challenge you. The story more than makes up for that though, and is worth playing through twice alone just to experience it again. But I did feel that the game was rather short. I'm hoping DLC will fix this and give me more maps to challenge my mind. Also, those editing tools that were promised after the game was released would be nice to have as well. Speaking of downloadable content, there was a huge uproar on the Metacritic site about the first day DLC costing money. That DLC is useless and purely cosmetic. You do not have to purchase it. I will say this and I will say it once. If you whine and judge a game based on something that the company gave you an option for and put that choice in your hands, you're not a reviewer, you're a dick that wants to complain about something. With that being said, this is one of the rare gems that I give a solid 5 out of 5. I can't help but to recommend such a well-polished game. That's it for the review, you guys. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you like midgets covered in salad dressing. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take it easy, you guys.
For science, you monster. I will say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up, you must really, really love to test. I love it too. There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.